I mean, yeah, he's definitely been, a big supporter in my corner, especially during these times right now. So, really just relying on him, not really just trying to figure it out myself. So, he's definitely been a big part of this, this process for me. So, definitely having him and him going through the same process kind of been beneficial for me. And then, going forward, I kind of know what to expect as well.
Sure is a first round pick, you're happy wherever you go, but to be coming to a team that's coming off a run to the Super Bowl and has this thing set up now here for the next couple of years to be really successful, how important is that to you to be joining an organization that's on the uptick?
Yeah, really. I mean, today, really just knowing more about the history is kind of like a byproduct of, of what you guys, of what us, what we've kind of done throughout, last year. And so, really just the success of the team, really just excited to be a part of that. And, me coming here, really excited for the opportunity and seeing if I can, expound on that and, hopefully make another run to the Super Bowl.
What was the best advice your brother gave to you about the NFL?
Really just take a day at a time. It's going to be a long time. You're going to hit the rookie wall. That's that term everyone talks about. So don't want to sound cliches, but it's going to be a long season. So really just taking it a day at a time and really just trying to be more involved in the team. As time goes on.
I feel like your biggest strength is as a player.
I mean my versatility. I know I don't want to limit myself for sure. I know. I don't want to spread myself so thin, and so I know I can play a lot of different roles, and so that's I feel like that's one of my biggest assets.
Besides family, who would you give credit to, that helped mentor you to be the guy you are today, and where you are in the National Football League? Is there any coach or anybody else other than a family member?
Yeah, a lot of my basketball. One of my basketball coaches actually came to support me yesterday, so. My basketball coach that's kind of been there from day one, and then one of my football coaches that kind of was there day one as well, since elementary school. So I give credit to, the people, that kind of invested in me outside of family. And then, close friends. So it's been a whole plethora of people that's been in my corner these last few years and throughout my whole life. So for sure.
Who are your favorite defensive backs to watch just around the league?
Really, Jamal Adams, Tyrann Mathieu, Jalen Ramsey's, guys like that.
I asked you yesterday about, other than versatility, what you feel like your biggest asset, your biggest strength is. You said your heart. I thought that was interesting. Respond on that a little bit.
Really, I don't want to be, like I said, selfish. I feel like once someone is selfish, I feel like the team won't be as good as it needs to be, and so. Once I get here, I feel like that's something that's very important, very vital to the success of a team. And so I feel like we had a lot of that last year. So I just want to do more of that, to get us on another good run, for sure.
You obviously played nickel and all around the field at safety. Do you think you could play outside cornerback as well?
Yeah, if I just get more teaching, more coaching. Really haven't had too much coaching or too much experience out there, so definitely feel like I could play the outside role as well.
Is that something you want to try potentially?
Whatever the coaches want me to do, that's what I'm doing. So really just coming in, finding that role, and being all the way in, being bought in since until day one, until whenever that last day is. So so that's what that is.
Was that ever discussed at Michigan? Did you ever say like, "Hey, coach, let's try it outside," or was there ever practices where you did that at all, or?
Yeah, practices like one-on-ones, I would be out there, but for the most part, I would be in the nickel safety position. So.
So much talk about SEC schools and taking prospects from SEC schools because they're ready quicker than some other prospects. With Harbaugh's experience in the NFL, did you feel like Michigan's program really set you up to be able to make an impact in the NFL right away?
Yes, I definitely feel Coach Harbaugh had me prepared, and I appreciated it. Really now in retrospect, just seeing all the hard practices we did, and it was kind of like a means to an end. I knew it was for a reason, and it was for this reason right now. So I definitely feel like he prepared me for this situation.
How'd you end up playing safety?
Really came in high school. I didn't really know what I wanted to play, and so I played receiver in high school, and they kind of threw me at safety as well. So I kind of just stuck from there after that. So that's how that started.
Which was your favorite part about playing position?
About what?
What's your favorite? What do you enjoy the most about being a defensive back?
Really just a lot of different things. You're not really. You can make plays without having the ball in your hand. So that's kind of like a defensive thing where you really don't have to have a ball. Like I said, a ball in your hand to really make plays. You can really go from a call, and then from there it's kind of based on your performance. So just the versatility that it comes with.
I'm sure you've got a lot of people reaching out to you. Von Bell or Jesse Bates get a hold of you yet?
I think like a few minutes ago, Sam Hubbard just reached out. So, and then Chris Evans. So another Michigan guy reached out to me. So a few guys.
An Ohio State guy.
Yeah, I know. I know it's some O State people around here. I didn't know too much about, but now I kind of know. But
how quick do you bring up 42-27 when you get in the locker room with them all?
Oh, that's day one. That's day one. I got bragging rights for it now since I think I'm 1-1. But hey, this year was a big win for us.
What one quality were you looking forward to sharing with the team that maybe the data and the film didn't show?
Really, I'm like a personable guy. Easy guy to get along with. Cool guy to hang out, with. So, not really always being about football, but in this business, being, close with your teammates outside of football. So that's one thing I bring to the team as well.
Dax, you're only 21, but why do you think you can come into the NFL in this particular locker room and the moment not being too big for you?
Because I'm level-headed. I know I have a good character. I know I'm a good person. Really look out for the best interests of of a team, and not really, like I said, being selfish. I'm not that type of person. So I know coming to the NFL, it's all about winning and being team oriented, and I feel like that's who I am as a person.
Last night you also mentioned you want to make sure your teammates are playing at their best level.
Right.
How do you go about doing that?
Really just not being forceful about anything, not wanting them to do specifically what I want them to do, or putting them out their game. Really, I just want everyone to be comfortable, doing their jobs, and I feel like that's determines the success of a team.
Who was your favorite player that you covered? Who's your favorite player to cover that you covered in college?
I really enjoyed covering everyone. Everyone had different type of games, and I felt like that kind of brought the best out of me.
Is there anyone you're looking forward to facing and guarding in the NFL?
Everyone. I know everyone's good. So week to week, every week is going to be someone good. So I know that's something that wasn't like that in college. So in the NFL, every week is a big week for me.
Do you feel like you had a connection with the Bengals coaches when you guys met at the combine and the Zooms and all the follow-up meetings you had?
Oh yeah, I could definitely tell there was a good connection there. More genuine feel throughout this 2 or 3 month process. So definitely felt I could see myself playing here, and then being having a great relationship with the coaches. So I definitely had good feelings, whenever they called my name.
How familiar were you with the Bengals, and did you watch the AFC Championship and Super Bowl?
Oh yeah, I did for sure. Throughout the year, I watched them periodically, but not every week. So, but yeah, toward the end of the season, definitely tuned in to that defense and then the overall team.
The rest of this weekend going to be like how does this go for a first round pick? I know you guys obviously have to be here next week.
Really just making sure I'm still training. That's what I've been doing throughout this time. Making sure my body is ready for the hardships of coming in as a rookie. So staying in shape, that's my biggest thing, and really relaxing as well. I know that's something I need to do as well. I've been on the run these last few weeks, so relaxing, but as well training too.
What was the process of getting all 32 happy? Walk us through how long that took and kind of who was in charge of getting all those?
So really, I wasn't even there for all that. That was like my mom's job, really. That was my mom's job because I was in Vegas for a PA event Monday through Wednesday, and so I had to wake up like at 5 a.m. to catch my draft party on Thursday. So my mom, whenever I got back home, she had all that prepared for me. So that was her job.
Speaking of mom, what does it mean for your mom and family when that moment finally happened last night? Talk about their joy.
Yeah, my mom, she's outgoing person. So whenever she saw my name, she was just, excited for me, screaming. She got that Jamaican in her. Like whenever something exciting happens, she's always been there for me. I'm glad to experience that with my family. But yeah, for sure, my mom, she was right by my side. So yeah.
I know the Bengals were surprised that you were still available at 31. You expecting to go earlier, and what is it like having to wait with all the uncertainty on that?
Yeah. I mean, with the uncertainty, I knew that was the biggest part of it, so I didn't want to get too high or low. But yeah, I was kind of getting a little antsy toward the end of it. But I was just ecstatic once I got that phone call. So that's all it was. And I was just going throughout the night. Just however I was feeling, I was just like, it's an opportunity for me whenever that is, and I'm gonna just make the most out of it.
Was there a just-in-case day 2 draft party planned?
Nah. So I was hopefully, because I was trying to save myself the embarrassment if I had to tell the people to come back. So I'm like, I was hoping that the 30s would show up, call me. So
Do you prefer Dax or Daxton?
Dax. Everyone I know, everyone that knows of me calls me Dax. So
You ran track in high school. Obviously, you have pretty good speed. Did the track coach in Michigan recruit you all? Did Harbaugh say no way?
Nah, I mean, it was kind of like neither one of them said anything, but definitely. I mean, I was trying to walk on for basketball at one point because I was a basketball player growing up. That was like my first love, but that just never happened. So track never happened as well.
Who was the team you rooted for growing up? Football.
Like I said, I was a basketball guy. I was like a Duke, North Carolina guy. So football wasn't really like a sport I followed growing up. So it was kind of toward the back end of my career.
Is your favorite basketball
Playing
player?
basketball.
Who's your favorite basketball player?
Of all time or now, right now?
All time.
Michael Jordan for sure. The GOAT. Kevin Durant. Okay. I was a point guard / shooting guard, so I had a shot. I could facilitate a little bit as well.
1-2 guy.
1-2.
What's the last 12 to 15 hours been? I mean, suddenly you're here in Cincinnati. What's the last 12 to 15 hours been like?
Man, I'm like sleep deprived right now. It's like I'm running on fumes. I don't feel like I'm here right now, but I'm glad to be here. But yeah, it's been a whirlwind. Like I said, I was just in Vegas and really just coming back home, just seeing my family and my girl. She traveled with me as well, so that was a good experience. Just going through all that and once in a lifetime experience. So I was grateful for it.
Did you sleep at all?
I got like 2 hours of sleep. So after the party ended, once I got drafted, I was talking to people for like 2 more hours after that. So it was a whole night, Yeah, for sure.
You were academic all Big Ten, so obviously that meant a lot to you. What's your major?
So I was trying to get into business school, and I didn't get into it. And then I was a communications major, then switched to African American studies with a minor entrepreneurship. So that was my major and a minor.
Go back to what you said about Michael Jordan, the 23, the number didn't mean anything to you other than
That was the reason why I got it. Yeah. Already Bates got it, so I'm like, I let him have it. But 23, that was like the best number. I feel like I could see myself playing it.
Were you in Vegas just as a getaway, or did you see the Raiders, or what?
It was a players event, the NFL PA event. So they invited 35 guys there, and so I was there with those guys and my girlfriend. So I was there just to see the city, and that was my first time actually being in the city. So it was a good experience. So I wanted to get away for a little bit as well.
Michigan is Jordan's home. Did that matter when you were being recruited at all?
Nah, it was really the feel. It was the feel I have, the coaches, and I could see myself playing there. So that was like the main reason.
Dax, this defense is very close-knit this year. Obviously had a great season. Talk about Aiden, just how happy you were for him, and just each other about this moment he had last night.
Oh yeah, I mean, actually, I was in contact with him this morning. But yeah, I was really excited to see him. Really, just being in his hometown because he's from Plymouth, so not too far from Detroit. So really, I'm glad that the season he had and then the career he had at Michigan. I'm glad it all turned out well for him, and to share that moment with him, being the first rounders, and really just the entire Michigan brand was, displayed yesterday, and what Michigan can produce. So for sure.